Greetings and welcome to the Just Two Nerds podcast. As always, I'm Phoenix.
I'm Dan.
And we'd like to thank you all for stopping by and nerding out with us. And we have made it to episode 8. I'm actually really proud of us.
Right.
We made it to episode 8. Episode 8. A couple more.
An inconsistent 8, but 8 none the same.
8 nonetheless. And if we make it to 12, we qualify for one of the milestones on Spotify, which is where y'all can also watch us on Spotify and on YouTube. And I'll repeat it now and I'll repeat it later because I will forget. If you're watching on YouTube,
there will be links.
If you're watching it on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. If you're watching it on Spotify, obviously wait till you're not driving to like and subscribe or follow or
Please
whatever.
Don't do it while driving.
Don't do it while driving. And with that out of the way, let's talk about what we're covering today. We are covering the new Devil May Cry anime on Netflix with all of its hate and love and all those in between. The reveals at Star Wars Celebration. I almost got a chance to go to Star Wars Celebration.
Really now?
I'll get into that. The 30th anniversary of the Goofy movie. I'm sure you're like, what? Why? Because I want to, and I love that movie. And
it's a great movie.
Dan loves that movie, and everybody loves that movie. And why not?
Powerline should have had a concert.
Powerline should be releasing a new CD. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. But
yeah. And lastly, we're going to talk about the brand new reveal with Toyotaro and what he brought up with the Dragon Ball Super artwork he just did regarding with the 5 strongest characters in the series outside of Goku Black and what that means, what the translation said here, what they said over there, and all that in between. And with all that said, let's get into it and discuss Devil May Cry. So, Dan, did you play any of the Devil May Cry games?
Yes, I've played, I believe, 1, and I think I played Devil May Cry 2. It's a little bit foggy on Devil May Cry 2, but I know for sure I played 1.
I played 1 and 2. I don't remember if I ever played 3, and I definitely haven't played the last 2. I know my cousin has, so I guess I should have asked him what he thought about the anime. But from what I know, I still really enjoy the anime. I think it was fun.
Like, I get it in today's day and age. If you do an adaptation of anything, everyone is expecting it to be, you look at it from the game, copy, paste, animate it. Done. Don't do anything else. And a lot of times in, let's just call it cinema, because at this point that's what it is. It's a movie, or not a movie, it's a series. It's been animated, it's gone through all the steps. It's practically, it's television now. It's out there. They will never get anything 100% right to the T on the nose anytime, ever. Look at any adaptation of a video game to a movie. It will never be 1-to-1 all the time.
Oh no, because they'll either change it too much for their own writing agenda, they'll change it too much for their political agenda, or you'll put people in charge that have no idea what they're doing. Dragon Ball Evolution,
yeah,
and they just butcher it to hell. At least I can say with Devil May Cry, still felt Devil May Cry-ish. I know there were some.
I still got the feel that, like, okay, it's Dante again. I mean, I'm not too fussed about, like, it feels like Dante. I don't know what more the voice actor could have done, because I think the voice actor for Dante did a really good job and again, this is only the first season. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to get a second season, even though it is. There's a lot of people like, it shouldn't get a second season. It's nothing like the video game. Well, give it a break, all right? It didn't pull a Halo where it's completely nothing like the original source. I mean, everyone looks at Halo and it's like, Paramount, what the hell did you do wrong? You know?
What I know about that is the fact they removed his mask was just enough.
We didn't need it. It was not necessary. Look at all the Halo games, dog. Yeah, Master Chief displayed emotion without taking his helmet off one time.
I didn't even play any of the games, and I knew you don't remove Master Chief's helmet. That's his thing.
If Bungie themselves and 343 never removed his helmet, who the fuck gave you the authority to take his helmet off?
That's like when people got mad that the Mandalorian took his helmet off. But I felt like story narrative wise, it made sense. What sense could you have to have Master Chief remove his helmet? None.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? And do you know who actually? And getting back to Devil May Cry, you know who voiced Dante in this iteration, right?
I don't actually.
It was Johnny.
Oh,
Good old Ichigo. I mean, if you listen to it, you're like, yeah,
holy!
yep, that's
Now that you mention that,
yeah,
I
yeah. Now I mentioned
see
it, right?
and now I just
now you hear it.
Yeah.
You know, and the funny thing is about it is Johnny plays Nero in the video games.
Right.
So I thought that was what I completely forgot about that. So when I was seeing people talk about it and seeing people bring that up, I was like, oh yeah, Johnny does play an entirely different character in the games, and now he's voicing him in this series. So now it's like, oh, if we get Nero in this version, is Johnny gonna be voicing two different characters? Or I think it'd be funny if they take the original voice of Dante from the game
and make him
play Nero in the video.
Yeah, I'd like that.
It'd be funny.
I'd like that. I'd be on with that. I'd be on board for that all the way.
I know
But,
that's gonna make some people mad, but I think it just
it's gonna piss a lot of people off. But I feel like it has that charm, kind of how the Fallout TV series has its charm.
Mhm.
Because why? Yes, is it the original source material? No, not at all. However, does it serve enough service to the games that you can enjoy it and still poke out the fun references? Yes, 100%. Like, again, I echo back to Fallout because I think that's one of the multiple versions, or not even say multiple versions, but one of the multiple times in basically cinema or television where they do an adaptation and it's done to a degree where it's like it can fit. If you were just show someone this and show them like this is their first intro into Fallout or their first intro into Devil May Cry, this would be like you could show them this and not even show them the games and they'd still get a good point of reference on what the hell's going on in the world. Like they may not get the full scope, but they'll get some of it.
I heard a lot of people actually got into the games after watching this. I saw like apparently a massive uptick in people going back and playing the original games, and it really made me want to go back and play 4 and 5.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to go get the other games and probably see if I can maybe emulate them or get them on Steam.
Yeah.
Because I checked the Steam numbers for Devil May Cry 4 and 5, and they went up. Like, they've seen nothing but an uptick since the series has come out.
Yeah, see, look, I get it. I'm with it. When you make an adaptation, I don't see the need to change too much from what you're taking. If you have the source material, only change what's necessary. And I feel like overall the series still captured what makes Devil May Cry. They did make some changes. I agree that Lady was a bit too fucking always cuss word, and I look. I don't care. I don't care that cusses. I will agree she having to put it in every word. Look, I was a Marine and we cuss all the time. Sailors cuss all the time. That is just how we do.
Army men cuss all the time.
If we are saying, okay, that's a bit much, it's a bit much, and it was a bit much, and it is weird seeing her be more of the side character in the games to more of a prolific character in the actual show. I think it was an all right change to make her a little bit more important than what she is in the games, at least from what I remember.
I liked it.
And I think the rabbit was a fantastic villain. That whole episode that was silent,
Yeah.
that was probably the best episode. And I had to rewind it because I was confused at first. I was seeing this one art style, then I seen this other art style, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, dude, I was so lost. And
Yeah.
mind you, I definitely was audibly high during that scene because I rewatched that episode multiple times because I thought there was something wrong with my TV. Like, I thought something was wrong. But the more I rewatched it because I was just incompetent, the more I actually started to enjoy the episode.
Yeah, it's a fantastic episode, and it really, because everyone's complaining that this series makes the demons the good guys and humans the bad guys. I didn't see that at all. What I saw was that you have the character of Lady and the vice president that are like, all demons are evil. I mean, look, she confronts Dante, and once she's like, you have to be a demon to do the things you do. And he's like, I'm not a demon. and she just has this hate boner for him the whole time until she realized
Whole time.
I got to stop being a bitch to him. And then
Yeah.
so you have these humans that are blatantly hateful all the way through, and then you got the demons that are just, you got the really evil ones, but then there's a small group of good ones, and that's
Yeah.
what the rabbit was trying to push. And then he got screwed over when you find out that silent episode, great episode. You find out,
Great episode.
he's on his warpath because he actually saw the good side of demons that got screwed over because the hatred of humans. They didn't want. So it's like these both sides. The demons think all humans are bad because of what majority of the humans will do to demons, and then all humans think demons are bad because of what the majority does, and they're missing out. This small portion is not bad.
It's all perspective.
It's
honestly.
all perspective,
Like,
yeah. And that's why in the
half
end,
the time, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, that's why it works out so well, because you get to see. I don't think from playing the games I ever cared about anyone's perspective. Really, I was just more like, oh, we're doing this. Like Dante is going in, like we're killing shit left and right. I don't really care who's good or who's bad. Like we're murdering demons left and right, and I'm just like, I'm just having fun because this is cool as shit. I never cared for, oh, what's the perspective or how does this look? That never occurred to me. I like when shows adjust the perspective on how you're supposed to experience and look at things in a game, especially. Like maybe I'm not saying this is gonna change how all 5 of the Devil May Cry games are gonna orient themselves. Like, no, this is not that groundbreaking. All right, they didn't rewrite the mold on the fucking Devil May Cry games. They just gave you an alternate perspective. Behoove you if you don't care about it, but it needs a story to tell that isn't just, oh, he's going on a murder spree of the demons for like, no. People have to create a story there.
And for what I remember about the game is the whole premise of what Dante and them and Virgil, his brother, go on. You're dealing with the really crappy, evil demons anyway. So
yeah, you're only dealing with the worst of the worst.
Yeah. So like, you flip the game a bit and make it like you play as a demon going on a warpath in the human realm, but you can make the humans just seem like awful people because he's only dealing with the worst of the worst. You play a game where you play as a demon and you're stuck on Earth, but you're killing KKK members, you're killing crime syndicates, gang members, people that are just awful. Yeah, if you were a demon playing this game as a demon and you're killing these bad people, you're like, yeah, all these humans suck. But then you make it series where it's like, hey, it made the humans, not all the humans, but like a small group of humans, not so bad. Like, it doesn't detract from the games.
It's kind of taking I want to say it's taking like a Wicked perspective on this, where it's like, no, the Wicked Witch wasn't always that like she wasn't like this to begin with. She was made this way, not she's just evil for the sake of being evil. Like the fact that they're trying to spin it like that, there's just like, not all demons are fucking evil, just like not all humans are fucking evil. There can be both on both sides. If your refusal to notice that there's good demons and bad demons, it's like you refuse to notice there's good humans and bad humans, that's more of a commentary on you than it is on the people who wrote the damn thing.
Yeah, they clearly use Lady as that type of character, where Lady's entire character arc is demons are bad, humans are good. Any crazy thing that humans do to get rid of demons, it's justified. By the time she gets to the end, she's like, okay, some of us are a bit of a psychopath. Like what the vice president is doing is bit on the level of, this is pretty demonish levels here. Like what the hell?
It's like, dude, come on, man. No one told you to go full fucking Adolf with the goddamn demons, all right?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. I get it. They're demons. And a play on words here, but demonizing the demons here? Maybe let's chill out, because there's a lot of mentally unstable people that you just gave the green light to do whatever the fuck they wanted to, and now you're seeing maybe this is a bad idea.
Yeah. And you could say that it's kind of a bit of a social commentary, because not to try to make this whole podcast political because that's not what we do, but think about it. How many people here, at least in America, demonize a group of people because of what some bad have done?
Oh, everyone.
Everyone. And even when you try not to, people rub people the wrong way. I'm sure Dan here has gotten weird looks just because there's been people that had interactions.
I'm
Black
tall
person,
and black. It's
and
like,
they were
whoa.
like they had a bad interaction, so now they don't like black people. I mean, it's wrong to
It's like
judge
the same
people.
it's the same thing with some of us black people who just look at every cop and is like, that's a bad cop. And it's like, not every cop is going to try to kill us. Yes, there have been a few outliers, but not all of them are like that. Like it's social commentary, but again, if you're a sound-minded individual, that part shouldn't affect you. Like, you shouldn't let that take away from the grand scheme of the entire show. And there's a lot of people out there that are just looking at this and it's like, oh, look at what they're trying to do. And it's like, that's not at all what they're trying to do. They're just opening the door of conversation. You're just deciding to not give a damn because the games were one way and you're now seeing the games as a holy Bible. When even in the games, let's be honest, after Devil May Cry fucking 3, a lot of plot holes started availing in Devil May Cry 4 and 5 that caused a lot of things you did in 1 to look a little bit fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, look, up until really the 7th episode anyway, it pretty much portrays demons as pretty evil. Every moment the demons show up, they're wrecking shit, killing people. They're doing things. Dante's basically the only one that's trying to defend, like, maybe I'm coming to grips with being a demon, but I'm not evil. And it's not until you realize, like, oh, well, the White Rabbit is actually a human, but he kind of went psychotic. Justified, but psychotic. Then Lady finds the people that have been experiencing them on, like, wow, there's demons that are suffering at the hands of other demons, just like there are humans that suffer at the hands of other humans. And it's just finally clicked on her that she's like, wow, I'm also a part of this system that enables crazy humans to do bad things.
You're a cause of inequality, Will.
Like, some of y'all took this way too much at like a surface and realized it wasn't trying to make all of demon kind seem evil. It was trying to point out that there are good within bad, just like there is bad within good. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry they tried to humanize a topic and made you think.
Small portions too.
I'm so sorry your room temperature IQ could not comprehend the small amount of thinking you had to do there. I am so sorry.
Yeah, like, I expected the Christians to flip their shit about this, but the amount of people that got mad at me, I'm like, y'all are taking this small part of the story and making it way bigger than it needs to be.
You guys need to everyone here needs to relax. Everyone's got to calm down. It's not that serious.
It really was, to me, it was just as much a Dante story as it was Lady's in this. A little bit more focus on Lady, which again, I like, because in the game she's not much of a character besides just being a side character. It's not a bad thing, but I like that it clearly was trying to say, hey, this first season, Lady has a very biased, prejudiced mindset, and I don't blame her because of what her childhood was. But by the time you get to the end, she realizes, like, there are not all evil demons and there are not all good humans. There are some bad and good on both sides, and I gotta be impartial. Hey, fuckers, y'all ever played The Witcher? That's literally Geralt's entire character.
Motherfucker, have any of you watched The Boys?
Yes.
There are evil superheroes, like, they're literally evil, and there's a group of people that will defend them for being the way how they are. Like, dude, do you not see? Like, are we just all blind all of a sudden? Like, I know I'm partially blind, I wear glasses, but dude.
Oh no, they definitely blind. They are definitely blind, because there are so many different stories that cover this similar topic. They just want to get mad because how dare you make demons good?
Oh my God!
Look, I could see that. I could see the complaint if they try to make like the worst demon Mundus in the story. I think it's Mundus. Is that the worst one?
Yeah.
It's been so long. if they were trying to make him like this good person, it's like, I'm just a product of like, as far as I can tell, Mundus is still a giant raging dickwad in the story.
Dude, like it's not like they made a show where they try to vilify fucking Adolf Hitler and say that, you know, he had some good ideas, he was just slightly misguided, minus the extinction of Jews. Like outside of those two things, he was actually a good guy. No one has done that. That does not happen. All right? Like just because a show exists does not mean they're immediately trying to make extreme bad to good and vice versa. No, that doesn't exist because no one is like that in real life. People need to stop looking at the world as black and white and look at it in its gray sepia tone that it is. Because the more you try to parse on what is good and what is wrong, then you're really tiptoeing the lines on what is morally right and morally wrong. Because what you might see is good, somebody else will see is bad. Like it will never be 1-to-1. It will always be gray every freaking time.
It's not like this story hasn't been told 1,000 times over. Did y'all,
Like,
y'all don't
I'm
understand
sorry.
the yin and yang thing? You know how the yin and yang, there's a side that's black with a little white, a bit side of white with a little black.
No.
That means there's good and evil in each side.
Just nope.
Y'all forgot.
They're just fish in a pond, dog. They don't, that doesn't mean nothing.
They're just all goldfish.
Don't you know that that's the moon spirit and that's the ocean spirit? That's
yeah.
not yin and yang. What are you doing?
Oh, man. But you know what the series does do really good at? The fucking music.
Oh, God. The fucking music in that show, man. That alone kept me coming back.
Every episode, they're just playing the early 2000s punk rock. I'm like, okay. Somebody knows who they're playing to.
It's like, there's a bop in this episode. And it's just like, okay, which one? Because they all have bops.
Yeah. It's like the music director was like, this show is going to be, IMAP's going to make every bit of this music to call out to the kids that started playing this series in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm calling to them as they're playing, and you just have Papa Roach fucking blaring. Like, it was such a call to those 90s kids.
Dude,
or the millennial era kids.
The one thing that I've been comparing a lot of the Devil May Cry hate to is the people who are just now realizing that Green Day is a political band. I'm just like,
oh God, they have not. It's taken them since 2016. They still haven't figured this shit out.
Like, you do realize that Green Day was making this exact same music like during Bush's era. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, oh, they shouldn't be political. I'm just saying they haven't switched up. They've been the same since they started.
I mean, they're the same people that said Eminem switched up. Have y'all not listened to any of his shit in the early 2000s? Dude was aggressively calling out Bush.
Dude,
called out Cheney, called out Clinton. He called out.
Like, high key, it's why I like Spider-Punk as a character. Because again, you know, he's based off of that level of punk where they're anti-establishment, anti-everything. You know, he hates the AM, he hates the PM, all of that. And by that, he means he hates mornings and he hates his prime minister. That's what he means if you don't understand his lingo.
That was clever lingo.
That was legit clever lingo. I caught it in theaters like that. And I had people like jokingly say the term. And I was like, you do know he's talking about, he's not just talking about nighttime. He's talking about mornings and the prime minister. Like, and again, you can even switch it up. You can say AM is administration and PM is the prime minister. And it still fucking works. No matter which way you look at it, it's still like, oh my God.
Look, it's so funny seeing the people that are always, I saw a video that's like, you watch this movie, you side with the resistance. You watch this, you side with the punks. And it's like, but when real life happens, you join the system instead of rebel. And it's like, comics, Green Day, music, like, they've been doing this for years. You guys
nerd culture is legit
pretty anti-establishment in a lot of ways.
Like, I'd argue that everything nerd related in I know someone's gonna say something. They're gonna bring up the Punisher, and I'm gonna have to tell you exactly what the Punisher does. But everything that's written on a comic book was generally written for betterment of people. It was meant to make other people look. Every hero isn't your normal average person. One's an alien, one's a billionaire who actually spends his money the right way. I mean, Tony Stark's a billionaire who spends most of his money on his own suits, but that's different. He's still there for the betterment of humanity, not the betterment of himself. And guess what? There's a version of Iron Man who's for the betterment of himself, and his name's Superior Iron Man. Guess what? He's technically considered a villain. But when they show you their forms, like as they are on TV, every superhero in some way, shape, or form is a social justice warrior.
Yeah.
Shoot me. Fire me. Put me on the stake. Every superhero is a social justice warrior.
Yeah, it's the same thing we brought up with Captain America a few episodes ago. People are like, oh, Steve has always been about America. No, he hasn't. Steve's always been about the betterment of people. That's why he stands as this icon, this idol, as what America should be for the world. So he puts himself out there for the people of the world. So when they look at him, they're like, that's what America can be. Y'all just missed the fucking point.
How dare Dante be a good devil?
What you guys miss, what you guys think Captain America is what Homelander actually is. Like,
who, by the way, is a villain.
Who is a villain. Like, what they judge Dante for being is they vilified Dante in this episode just because he's surviving straight up shots to the face. Look, I'd probably vilify someone who could regenerate from getting shot in the fucking head too at first.
Yeah.
But when this dude is beating down the way Dante is beating down, that he is not this terrible person, I would have to. No, I'm like, okay, at a certain point, I gotta believe you. Like,
yeah,
you have every reason to kill me, and yet you've not done it on pure principle.
Like, I get it. You could probably snap my neck with the forethought, not even actually planning on doing it, with you just trying to do it, and it'll probably work. But guess what? You're over here stomping out all these bad demons, and I can't be mad at you because you're doing the thing that I wish I could do. So technically speaking, you're more on our side than theirs. So keep going. Do your job.
Now, this show's actually... Look, Devil May Cry, is it a 1-to-1 for the games? Nope. No. But I think it's a great and interesting story. Did it try too hard to be edgy with Lady? Yes, I absolutely agree. I think it was trying to be way too hard with Lady being a cunt.
It's probably the only miss, in my opinion.
Shit, damn, like it really was. At first, I didn't even realize it because I got so used to military life. But thinking back on it, yeah, she's a bit fucking much. And everyone that's crying about it, okay, you're a little justified on that one. But those of you that are crying that, oh my god, they made demons cooking. No, the fuck they didn't. They made like 100 of them out of like 1 billion. And they killed most of them anyway, so
half of them are already dead.
And the only bad people in the end of this show that they made bad was Vice President Baines. And let's be honest, he's the Vice President of the United States. Probably a fucking terrible person.
Yeah.
Like y'all put way too much faith in the government, and god damn, I think the U.S. government's pretty bad in the damn games too. I'm about to message my cousin and ask. It's been so long.
I'm definitely gonna have to go through and replay just for.
I bet you this show's not fucking bad. The show is not fucking bad.
The show is great,
and even if you don't like it, just put it on to let them to get ready for the soundtrack. That is obvious, like it is early 2000s punk rock music at its best.
It is arguably the best soundtrack. I mean, it matches so well. And not only does it match well, every soundtrack, it's not just like, oh, we're just going to keep using the same songs from the same album from the same people. No. It's different from every small instance of punk or anti-establishment, early 2000s. We're putting that in there, and it's matching the scene that is going up against. It's never clashing. The audio is never clashing with each other. It always feels fluid with everything, and it's great.
It felt right. Johnny's a great Dante. I think he was great as Dante. He really makes Dante feel like that lovable goofball that he's always been portrayed as. You know, it's kind of funny seeing his version of Dante, like with the way his voice sounds, and then hearing like the Devil May Cry 5 version of Dante, and I'm like, I think I'm digging the way Johnny's voice, it just fits more of this goofy tone, the grittier tone of the game Dante. I'm like, this doesn't feel as goofy. Like, Dante is supposed to be pretty goofy, the way he just doesn't take shit seriously.
No, I love how, like, comical he is.
Yeah, that whole scene where the guys bust in, they're trying to kill him, and he runs off to the side and he goes, "Who are we shooting at?" Just to fuck with him. I'm like, you couldn't nail that scene right with a deeper gruff, "Who are we shooting at?" Like, it just wouldn't sound right if it wasn't Johnny. And I hope Nero does show up, and I hope he is played by game Dante just for the shits and giggles. That would be so funny, and that would piss off fans. But I think it'd be hilarious because someone who I don't even know who it was, but I was watching someone commented on TikTok, and it was like when Dante transformed in his demon mode, you can hear Nero's music play in the background, and they're like, "Why would they do that? That's stupid." I'm like, okay, personal choice, but I think it's funny that the music they play is tied to a character that is voiced by the same voice actor that's playing Dante. I think it was just a shout out, basically.
I think it was just to give him his flowers for.
I think it was too. I've seen,
like, God forbid we reward the people that are doing stuff now. It's like, no, it's not accurate to the very exact moment in episode 3 of the game. No one cares. All right, no one really fucking cares that much.
No, I think y'all just crying. We understand bad adaptations and bad shit. Trust me.
If you want to see an adaptation that matches nothing to the game but still is good, go watch the Minecraft movie. Because guess what? Minecraft doesn't have a fucking story. But guess what? It's still a good movie.
I wish my daughter was like into it enough to go watch it just because I want to see it. But at this point, we're gonna end up watching it at home when it comes out. I gotta see.
Dude, if you want to go watch it this week, we go to the movies. You
know what you should do? Hook me up since you're in since you work at a theater. Hook me up with some episode 3 merch.
If I can get some.
At least maybe the bucket or the cup. I already have a Vader cup that I got.
If I can get it, I'll definitely hook you up.
That somebody gave my wife that she used to work with in the military. They were like, "I don't want this anymore. Do you want it?" And she was like, "Yeah, my husband likes Star Wars." So it's a little Vader cup. You lift the lid and you can drink from it, put shit in. I don't know. It's super cool. And then I saw like the stuff for 3, and I'm like, I like the Vader thing, but I like the metallic cup more, or the popcorn bucket, but probably the cup more. And I was like, I wonder if Dan can hook me up. I was like, I would do this shit when I used to work at a theater. And speaking of Star Wars, Star Wars Celebration was this past weekend. And did they reveal some shit? Let's talk about some Star Wars. I'm not going to say Star Wars is back. I hate saying that.
No.
Look,
to sit here and say Star Wars is back, I would need more confidence in the studio. Am I not excited to see it all? I'd be lying to you because I am kind of excited because Star Wars is one of the great movie franchises that it's like, I wouldn't say it's like Marvel. It has that same level of hype factor that Marvel can bring. Like the first 3 Star Wars movies brought the hype and then some. You know, like the first couple of Avengers stuff. Hype. Nothing but hype, non-stop hype. They have that same hype factor, it's just with bad directing, bad choosing. I'm not going to give Marvel too much of the shit side here because they came off of a big bad villain and they have to recycle and restart from scratch. Star Wars, on the other hand, oh god, there's just oof.
The greatest way I look at Star Wars now in the hands with Disney is like the last season of Clone Wars. That you separate that last season of Clone Wars into 3 parts, and you have all right, I enjoy this, not bad, not good, not bad. Then you have that section with the Martinez sisters, Just completely wasted fucking time. Waste
Yep.
of everyone's goddamn fucking time. So no one likes it. And then you have the final 3-4 episodes with Ahsoka, the call to Order 66, her disappearance into, and it's some of the best fucking Star Wars out there. That's how people feel with Star Wars shit over the last like 10 years. Since the sequel trilogy, it's okay, not bad. Fucking hell. God, that was amazing.
And it seems like their movie formats literally match exactly how the fan base feels, because a lot of people, especially with that new trilogy, the first one's like, not bad, I can deal with it. The second movie that came out, what the fuck was that? What even was any of that? The third one, holy fucking shit, that was hype. We need more, a lot more of whatever this brought. And it's literally that same juggling act. And if you can just get them to juggle that last one all the fucking time,
yeah,
Star Wars is back.
Look at the shows, Reva, Acolyte, or not Obi-Wan, and Acolyte. Everyone, there's, well, all right, I like this. What the fuck? And this is amazing in that entire season. Everything regarding Obi-Wan and Vader in that series, fantastic. Weird choices, but still overall amazing. Reva's character, what the fuck? Not because she's black, you fucking racist fucks, but because it's like, what you have her being on?
Wasted time.
Yes. But how you're handling her, what the fuck? You guys are not handling her right at all. And then just all the other shit is just, the stuff with Leia and baby Leia and all that. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But I'm not gonna say it's
all right. I'm not gonna say it's masterful fucking cinema either. I'm not gonna give you extra props for just doing the bare minimum and expecting more. No, I'm gonna give you exactly how I feel. It's all right.
Yeah. I mean, you got the Acolyte, the villain in the Acolyte, fantastic from everything I've heard. The time frame, all right, I'm digging this. Some choice, the character that I think was played by the girl from Wolverine. I think that's the one that played by Daphne Keane. Yeah, they were like, she's great, but then they have a lot of going, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
The main character of Acolyte, the twins. People are like, I don't like this. There's a lot of just really, really. Star Wars needs a fucking Kevin Feige. Just like how DC is going to have their Kevin Feige with James Gunn. I've seen some clips from now Superman. I'm really hopeful. I'm a Marvel over DC guy, but I'm really hopeful to see more DC stuff. DC's got a lot of crazy lore that I love to see brought out.
I believe the way I feel is Marvel needs competition.
Yes.
Marvel needs something that's going to be like, you guys got to make your movies better because everyone's going to start watching DC shit now.
Uh-huh.
And for a point in time, and I'm looking back at the Dark Knight trilogy, during those years, Marvel movies at the same time were fucking peak because they were afraid of losing people to just only going watching DC because the Dark Knight shit was that much better. I mean, hell, look at the scene from, what was it? Not the Dark Knight Rises. The one with Bane in it. Is that the Dark Knight Rises?
No, shit, I don't even remember what that was called. It's the third Batman.
The one with, the third Batman of the Chris Nolan trilogy, where they blow up Heinz Field and make it all practical at the same time with a little bit of digital effect. Like, that scene took 2 years to animate, and it was fucking beautiful because they took their time because they knew they had to compete with Marvel. Why do you think Marvel over the past couple of years has been a little bit mid? Because guess what? They don't have to try because they'll know you come and see it because DC isn't doing jack shit.
Yeah, competition breeds ingenuity and creativity.
Exactly.
And that's what I think. Honestly, I think Star Wars kind of needed it too. Because I felt like Star Wars, those in charge of Star Wars were like, hey, Star Wars is beloved. Do we really have to put Yes, you should. Because just because George Lucas is craptastic at writing character dialogue doesn't mean everybody has to give craptastic dialogue.
No,
like,
no.
I hate
Write
that.
some fucking dialogue.
I've always hated that stigma that when people come out and defend Star Wars, they're like, well, George Lucas didn't write good shit for the prequels. Yeah, because George Lucas can't write fucking character. Shit. No one can make the line, I hate sand. It's coarse. It's rough. It's everywhere. No one can read that and not sound stupid. You can read it and not make it sound less stupid, but you can't read it and not make it. And I feel bad for Hayden because, man, no one on that fucking team try to help him. I swear, all those pretty good actors.
They did not.
He comes into that second movie and everyone's just like, "You got it, kid." What? I can't. Did you read this line? This line looks like who the fuck's gonna read this line? Like, I'm so glad Hayden.
I felt bad for Adam Driver because his performance as Kylo Ren, fucking amazing. Everything else that he had to speak through half of those scenes,
yeah, they have no oversight of like, we have to write this shit better. They fall back on like, well, George wrote it this way, and it wasn't good then. People shit on the prequels because of the dialogue, because it feels so Shakespearean, but poorly Shakespearean. And it's like I swear, they just start ad-libbing, it would have been fucking better. And that's so
General Kenobi.
Like, there's some great lines.
That's it. You're fucking enemies, and you're dealing with semantics of an hello right now.
Yeah,
we're mortal enemies. What the fuck?
I would bet money that George did not write those fucking lines.
Hell no.
There's no way.
There's no way lines. In hell.
I swear every line that Christopher Lee had in that trilogy was just him making the fucking lines.
He was just going in and making shit up as he went along.
Like, Star Wars needed it needs someone to really loves the product, but Scott, we've got to do better. And I think Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau of that. So like the news that Kathleen's stepping down, I think is great. Because it feels like even if she cared, she didn't care to try to make it better. Like you said with Marvel. In the beginning, Kevin Feige's like, no, we got to do better. This movie didn't do good. Yes. Let's push the envelope. What did it fail at? What did it good at? Like, he tried to, and then like when Marvel was just the echelon that no one could compete with, they kind of stepped away from it. 100%. I 100% agree on that. And I think Star Wars fell into that too, that they were like, people love Star Wars, so they'll watch it no matter what. So then you create this divide in the fandom, and you have like the people who just hate everything non-original. You have everyone that loves everything Star Wars regardless. And then you have the section of us that are like, we love this, we like this. Why do y'all keep fucking it up though? You could be so much better.
Like, the way I see it is a weird Venn diagram, because like you said, on one side there's people who hate everything that isn't the original trilogy, or I'd go as far as even say it's not the original Star Wars, so it doesn't work. I don't care if it's A New Hope, it's not the same.
Yeah,
whatever. You have the people on this side is just like, everything Star Wars is fucking awesome, and you're lying if you say otherwise.
Yeah,
okay, that's your opinion. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions. And then you have the subsect of us in the middle that want the quantity of shit that you're putting out to match the quality of the shit that we've gotten. Like, if you're gonna go this much and put this much effort into it, make it quality shit. Make it good so we can sit there and watch it and and enjoy it and love it. Don't make this, label it Star Wars, and let the name carry it. For fuck's sakes, do some forethought and some work so it's more than just the Star Wars name that is getting you people into the place. All right,
give us something. Like I said, I didn't hate Reva because her motivation to me made sense. She felt abandoned by the Jedi that were supposed to protect her, because a Jedi, Anakin, turned and killed them. She felt betrayed. She wanted her revenge. Makes total sense. She shouldn't know who Vader is, because that's fucking completely contradictory to the fact that they established in the original trilogy that basically like 3 people know who he is.
Yeah,
that's why it makes the Obi-Wan shock each time he sees him. It's the whole stuff. He's like, I thought you were fucking dead. Even Obi-Wan thought he was dead. So
I swear to God, I killed you.
Yeah. So like, her just knowing was just bad, because, and also like her just knowing that Obi-Wan was alive. No. You have a great character. Set her up better. They failed her. Her motivation, great. You failed to set her up properly. Acolyte has a lot of promise to it. Just what the ball.
The dropping of the ball on Disney's part when it came to those was it just felt so egregious. because, like you said, great premise, great setup, great plot. Now set the character up properly. She knows Vader. That is not proper setup. Damn it all.
She knows Obi-Wan's alive. How?
Explain. Just
She
do it.
shouldn't. She
So,
should be
like,
mad. She
the
should
way
be
how I've
mad.
been looking at, like, it's especially this recent amount of Star Wars, I've been looking at it like how I look at Destiny 2's Lightfall. You gave us so much good quality baseline information, and ever since the start of it, ball drop, ball drop, ball drop. Why? You didn't explain shit as to how any of this got here, but yet we're supposed to push forward and be okay with the fact that we don't have any explanation to anything that's going on other than force magic.
Yeah. Like, you know, like the Acolyte introduces in a more canonical sense, you know, the bleeding of the crystals. I always thought that was so much better than just red crystals. I love the idea of, like, because when the comic came out that Vader took this crystal from another lightsaber and bled it out of hatred, I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
It's so dope.
Because the Sith is supposed to be filled with that hatred and that evil. So literally pouring that hatred, whether it's oneself or other people, into it to force a good crystal to become affected by that. That's such a cool fucking concept. I do think the struggle should have been always a little bit better. I like how Anakin's was forced, and I think even Acolyte it should be a little bit forced. I don't hate that hers was aggressively quick, but I do think it should have been a little bit. I feel like there should have been like more of a fight weirdly in there.
Yeah.
Because Anakin, I get it.
Just a little bit.
Anakin was always fighting with himself, but that's what I'm saying. He fought with himself. I feel like there should have been a part of her that was still partially fighting with herself to make it that. So like, the new Star Wars has always had interesting stuff. Even the Ahsoka series, which, season 2, oh fuck yeah, you know,
like Andor season 2. I mean, season 1 was pretty good. Season 2 could be even better if you do it right.
Hayden's coming back for season 2 of Ahsoka, which means we're gonna see him as more Force Ghost stuff. Like, falling into the thing. There's
Mandalorian movie.
Oh shit! The Maul series. Like,
don't even get me started on Darth Maul, because he, in my opinion, he's my favorite Sith, because I thought, first off, just seeing him in the first 3, I was like, this dude looks fucking sick. He looks badass to know, without even, because I don't even think he speaks at all. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, he barely speaks.
Barely speaks in the first one.
Like, he barely speaks in that first movie. And I'm just like, the intimidation alone, just from this guy, fucking intense. And he held off two Jedis by himself. And nearly won. Nearly fucking won.
Like,
let that sink in.
And the Clone Wars made him incredibly popular. Gave him so much more character. It's got his own, and it's crazy because apparently George's original, because he apparently, so I've been watching some like retrospectives on Star Wars. When George released the original trilogy, he said, "I will come back because I plan on making a prequel trilogy and a sequel trilogy." He had a sequel trilogy planned, and he apparently had it planned up till Disney bought it, and even gave them the idea of like, you can take some of this that they just threw out. And apparently it had a little bit to do with Darth Maul. So he originally wasn't even going to get rid of Darth Maul, which is probably why Filoni brought him into the Clone Wars. Because George was involved with the Clone Wars, I think, until like season 5 or some shit. Whenever
that hurts my soul.
So it makes sense that Maul was kind of set up to come back because George had a plan for him. Like, it's kind of crazy. The man has a brain for this. Just can't write dialogue for shit.
Nope.
Never let George Lucas write dialogue.
Dude, like, another thing that I loved about Maul was I played the new Star Wars games, both Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And literally you visit the planet of Darth Maul and you get the ability to dual wield the lightsabers just like Darth Maul from that planet. And I'm like, yo, the points are being connected here.
Yes.
We're learning more about Darth Maul and his people, and it just we just completely go away from that planet, and we never deal with it again in Survivor. I'm just like,
Yeah.
so why do we go there again? Just to learn the dual wield? Was that it? Or
Yes. Absolutely.
I know there's some other shit around it. I'm just drawing a blank on because of all the new shit of Star Wars I had to absorb. But it's still just Darth Maul was arguably done the worst out of anything in Star Wars because he had so much hype and build up, and then he just gets put on the shelf for 30 plus years.
And then they bring him back for Clone Wars, and now the man has made like the amount of fans from the prequel trilogies that have just fallen that like loved Maul when he was introduced, like you, and then you're like, oh, and then he gets brought back in Clone Wars, you're like, yes, and now he's just become such an integral figure to the Star Wars universe. Like it's crazy the fact that he's getting his own Star Wars series. Sam Witwer's coming back to play him. That is so fucking cool. I love that Hayden Christensen is getting all this love. Finally, I have defended this man since I defend Hayden Christensen as Anakin as I've defended Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Like, they have all called me crazy. I was chastised from the mountaintop. Yes. But yet, everyone's come back to me.
I'm gonna pull the Thanos line. You were unsatisfied with your
live
failures.
With your mistakes.
Where did it bring you back? To me.
Back to me.
I defended Hayden against a friend of mine. I'm still friends with her and everything, but she was like, Hayden's a terrible actor because of the 2 Star Wars movies. I'm like, first off, he's not a bad actor. George can't write fucking dialogue for shit. That's why episode 3 is a lot better. I think someone said, George, you can't write this shit.
George.
Do better. Someone
George, give me your pen. Give me your pen.
Someone help George write because the dialogue in the third one's better.
Is either that or someone took his script personally and put a bunch of sticky notes and cliff notes everywhere, just like, don't listen to what George is telling you to say. Yeah. Say this.
Because I'm pretty sure that's what his wife did in the original trilogy. I swear. Like,
it's like, please to God, stop listening to him.
And I was like,
and just
Hayden is not bad. It's just the bad dialogue of episode 2. How crazy it is to jump in, have very little acting before that, and then you get cast as one of the most prolific characters in cinema.
And arguably the most impactful to the story up until that point. Because again, he was the chosen one.
Yeah. You're playing a young Darth Vader, one of the most, if not the most iconic characters and villains of all time.
Like,
that's a lot to live up to if you only acted like in a couple of theater plays and maybe 1 or 2 shows. Like, that's a lot on a 19-year-old.
That's like a kid growing, or not a kid. Oh, I would say, yeah, a kid growing up today and his first gig out of acting. All right, your job is young Iron Man, and we're going to transition you into adult Iron Man at the same time. Hold the fuck up. Hold on.
And
why is this my first role?
Yeah, you have to embody Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Like, that's a lot.
Like, why is this my first attempt? What? Who set me up for failure? This is bullshit. I want to recast. Fuck that.
Yes. Hayden was put right there.
It's one of 2 things. Either I get this right and I'm loved forever, or I fuck this up and I never get a job in acting ever again.
I'm glad he fell right in the middle because it could have went so bad for him.
Oh,
people were after him. But they said they casted him because, again, this retrospective. I need to do better research. But George picked him because they said he embodied this innocent look that could embody that anger that falls onto Anakin. I'm like, I think he went full nuts real easy.
Yeah,
I think he was great in episode 3. Like, that fall was there's some, but overall, he embodied that anger really well. And I'm glad to see him back because now it was so great when he said, yeah, when I got the call back for Ahsoka, he went back and watched the Clone Wars to kind of get back in that headspace because he's never got to act with a character like Ahsoka. So he went back and watched it, and he's like, I tried to do a lot of mannerisms that Matt Latner gave Clone Wars Anakin, so I can embody that more. So he combined his Anakin with Matt's Anakin, so you have that much more playful Anakin from the series with the serious Anakin of the movies. It
Yeah,
was so great
like
seeing him. I'm glad he's back for season 2 of
Clone
Ahsoka.
Clone Wars Anakin is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's why a lot of people liked the Clone Wars as much as they did.
It
I
helped.
thought the Clone Wars was great, but Anakin being in the Clone Wars was so much more impactful for the grander scheme of it all. Because again, we didn't see this side of we haven't seen that side of Anakin at all. Like we only got the short mini cycle of him in episode 2 where we got to see him hang out with his baby mama per se,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and just we got to see a little bit of that good side, but we never got to see him truly be playful and comical and feed off of someone like he did with Obi-Wan. Like
Yeah.
we only got that one instance with Obi-Wan, and then that was only for what, one movie?
Yeah. All that playfulness they set up based on like the episode 4.
One and a half movie, because there was a little bit playful at the beginning of 3, and then
Yeah.
he does the heel
All
turn.
all that joking stuff they're doing in the beginning, like you're like, why didn't we get to see that? And I get it, it's hard to kind of fit all that in with a movie, but I'm glad that
like the shit that pissed me off was when they would refer to missions that they've already been on and how much fun those missions are. I was like, okay, so why couldn't we see those missions? Why are you referencing shit that we've never seen before?
Yeah, and that's why I was glad that the show kind of went into it, because then you look at episode 4 with older Obi-Wan, and he's like, I knew your father, and he was a great pilot, great Jedi, and a great friend.
Yes.
I watched the movies, and y'all got along really well, but that didn't feel like I felt Obi-Wan at the end of the movie, but I want to see why he felt this hurt. Like, why is he telling? Like, why is Obi-Wan?
You're a fucking liar.
Like, I want to see why Obi-Wan was like, Yoda, please do not send me to deal with Anakin. I can't do it. Let me go deal with the Emperor. I can't do it.
Do this.
I can't do it. Like, why can't you do this? The movies have set you up pretty well, but there's more. And then the show shows it. Finally, and we still don't have a fucking Darth Vader series. We get a Maul series, but not a Darth Vader. What the fuck? Why can't I not? And I see the defense some of you people have. I don't give a fuck that they have a comic run of Vader from episode 3 to episode 4. Give me a 12-episode animated series of just the comics.
Just give me that comic books, but animated.
Yes, just animate the comic books. I just want to see Vader become the menace that he is by episode 4, because everyone by episode 4 is like, fuck Vader's, like episode 4, when Vader appears, they go, like they all stop talking. You remember that?
Vader commands so much presence in episode 4. Like,
yeah.
And again, he was set up in the comic books to be that vicious. However, the normal person who isn't that into it, if you like try to get someone who's not into Star Wars into Star Wars and then show them all the movies in order, I guarantee you they're going to ask you, why is Vader so scary in episode 4? Like, why is he so impactful as a villain? And your first notion is, oh, it's in this comic book. They're not going to go and read that comic book. If you can tell them, hey, there's the series of Vader where you can see all the shit that he did to get to this point, then yes. Now, showing someone and telling them to go read something is never going to happen. Because if you tell someone that they have to go read a book to understand why this character's like that, they're not going to do it. No one's going to do it.
Like, when you look at the original trilogy just by itself, you don't have to fill in that Vader is his presence. You can make him have this presence. He's like, yes, he's the right-hand man. Everyone already knows that. Cool.
Yes.
But it's besides that. They have this fear of Vader, not just because he's the right-hand man, but because he just commands this fear of the entire galactic army. Why? Besides being the number 2, why? And
besides being the number 2, besides being the strongest force wielder ever.
And you also have like the only person that he reasonably listens to is Tarkin, which should put a fear of God from people, because it's like, okay, this guy will kill us on sight. And he only listens to this guy, and he's not higher ranked than Vader. So what does V2 have? And it's a mutual respect that the Clone Wars does. It's like because I've always said I hate how the sequel trilogy went about and filled in all the necessary information in like external media instead of filling in the important information in their movies and then using the external media to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Whereas the comic books fill in these gaps because we're already told, hey, Vader has this presence. Vader is this because he basically commands the army, because the army listens to him, because he only listens to the Emperor. He has this, the commanding officers basically all listen to Tarkin, and Tarkin's the only one that has a relationship with Vader. We see this dude just force choking people through holograms. Like, you have the original trilogy, like, okay, he's murking people. So you kind of see how people are terrified of him. So we know there's there. So now use the comics to fill in that information of like, this is why. Like, you saw that he has this presence. This is why he has this presence. So animate that shit and give me a run of Vader
just fucking animated,
just murking
people. I'm not telling you to give me live action. If you give me the Clone Wars animation for a series of Vader, I am all for it before I even know what's about to happen. Because we're not going to sit here and argue that the Clone Wars wasn't some of the best version of Star Wars for a young generation ever.
Oh,
because it got me more into Star Wars than I was. And then that alone, it had some of the best lines and some of the best scenes non-movie wise.
And some of the best storylines. Like,
I don't know what more you could ask for, honestly.
How do we have 40 years of a series with arguably the most iconic villain in history, and we don't have a single animated or TV show dedicated to him?
Nope.
Every show that has him in it, he's a part of the story, but he's not the focal point of the story. How there's a whole line from one of the comics where he's trapped in a fucking room because this person wants to kill him, or the one with the troopers, but like, they trap him in this room, and they're like, you're trapped, Vader. You can't get it. He's like, you think I'm trapped in here with you? You're trapped in here with me. But the way he because that's like an old line anyway. But like the way he reads it, I'm like, that's some Vader shit.
I'm gonna piss you off real quick. I guarantee you we'll get a Kylo Ren story before we get a Vader.
I bet you we fucking will.
I guarantee it.
We got a Maul series. And I don't even hate Maul. I think Maul's so cool. He looks cool. Like you said, he's so cool looking. Like, when you see Vader, you see this robotic monstrosity. You're like, what the fuck? And then he's like like after that whole setup, Leia gets away. You come back into Vader. He's choking someone in the air. Like, why did you let him get away? And then you have Maul.
What are you doing?
You let her escape, and then you have Maul, who just has this presence of like, this is the guy that just is terrifying because he's not afraid to just kill people for failing him. And you have this guy, this shadowy figure who's got horns. He's cool, fight. These guys deserve the stories being told around them. I don't hate Kylo, but he doesn't have his time yet. He's had 3 movies dedicated to him, and you pretty much told us what happened. Give me Vader, then give me shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only way you could do a series on Kylo and not piss off anyone is show the moment where Kylo switches. That is the only thing that I can see that will justify you giving me a Kylo Ren series, is that you show me that moment of when he switched over. And I mean, don't show me baby Kylo and Han Solo, and no, I don't want to see that. I don't care for that. I know where he comes from. I know who his mom and dad is. I want to see, just like how it did with Anakin, I want to see an episode 3 level of episode of where Kylo either was forcibly chosen to switch sides or felt like he needed to switch sides. Like, that's the only way it'd be okay with me.
That one, or another series I'd be okay with seeing, is when you watch the sequels, Kylo has a deep devotion to Darth Vader. Yes, he keeps calling him grandfather, but he never calls him like my Anakin. It's always the Vader side of him. Yeah. Show me a series where after Kylo leaves, Luke runs to Snoke, joins the Knights of Ren and all the shit, but you have these episodes where Snoke is telling him the stories of his grandfather, of Vader when he was in the galactic, when the Empire was at its top peak. So you can use Kylo as a story of Kylo becoming the Kylo Ren we see by
While
also
also giving
using the
Vader
Vader stories.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this is why Kylo became Kylo, because he hears all these stories from Snoke. And
About his grandpa.
so you get to visualize what he gets to visualize. Because
Wait,
they're like,
grandpa?
yeah, he's like, damn, my grandpa was a beast of a monster. because when you look at it, he's got that love for Vader. Luke would have never highlighted his father as Vader to Ben that way. He never would have. He would have said, yes, he had a past. Yes, he was Darth Vader. Yes, he did terrible things, but he never would have gone into the detail the way that was. Snoke absolutely would go into, let me tell you about the monster that your grandfather was.
I once seen him force choke an entire room with his pinky. Swear to God.
Yeah. Shit like that. That's how you combine these two characters, Kylo's growth into becoming Kylo Ren with the mask, as you get to see the stories of Vader during the 20 years from 3 to 4. Like, boom. Perfect. Yep. You get the win from both sides. Give me that shit, Disney. And I want a percentage of giving you the ideas.
It's not gonna happen.
It won't. But
well, like any of it will happen.
I'm so there.
Disney fucking sucks.
You got 40 years of this series, and you guys.
And it seems like you're not stopping anytime soon. So with that in mind, like
Filoni don't fail us. Favreau don't fail us.
Christ, just
love
make
this.
It good.
I know you guys love George. I know Dave Filoni worked with George. I know he loves George. Filoni, don't fall into the problem of so many modern day. Take the lead as Feige and go, look, guys, we got the Star Wars shit. I know George writes this way. Let's write better. We can do better. Yeah. Let's not make I hate sand. Let's not do that. God damn it.
I hate sand.
I hate sand. And we can do better. And speaking of a series that we hardly talked about, what Star Wars Celebration revealed. Actually, I mean, we kind of did. Maul, Ahsoka, Grogu, Mandalorian, all this good shit. But it's something else that got a big celebration this year. The Goofy movie.
More specifically,
the first one.
More critically acclaimed Goofy movie. Because
30 years.
Everything about that movie was fucking solid.
It was flawless. It really the movie still holds up today.
To this day.
I've watched it twice in like the last month.
I've seen it at least 3 times.
Like now, I would have to agree with everything I've seen about this, but people are saying that this movie is heavily POC coded, and I can't deny that at all. There's no part of me watching as a young white boy when I looked at these characters and went, white guy. At least, look, I guess you can make an argument for maybe like Goofy being white, a white guy, because let's face it, Goofy is fucking odd. He's fucking weird. But like when people are like, Max is probably a mixed kid, I'd believe you. The principal's the only
believe you.
The principal's the only white guy. I believe you.
Yeah.
And for sure, fucking Powerline is black as hell.
Powerline is literally. I thought Powerline was Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Until I looked at the end credits as a teenager.
Yes. And then
for the longest time, I was convinced that's Michael Jackson. There's no way that's not Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But it's Tevin Coleman, a black guy who can sing really fucking good. It's like, oh shit, he sounds like Michael. Fuck. I think
I read it somewhere. Hopefully, I read it somewhere. Maybe I'm just making it up in my head. But to hear that Powerline was like this combination of Michael Jackson and Prince, in hindsight, I'm like, yes, I absolutely see this.
It's Prince. I like the way I see it. It's Prince with Michael Jackson's like touch for flair.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Prince would do all that extra shit. I mean, look at his Purple Rain performance. He did nothing, but it rained, and that's all he needed was for God literally threw him up an alley-oop. It's like, here's some rain to go with Purple Rain. Holy shit. Raining during Purple. Oh my God. He did nothing.
He called the rain.
Dude, Michael Jackson had all the theatrics and the performance. Look at his Super Bowl performance. He was literally on the four corners of the fucking stadium and then showed up in the middle. Who the fuck does that?
Powerline does
Power
that.
line.
Yeah,
This is like
I cannot believe this movie is 30 years old.
I can.
I mean, I
Because
can, but it's like, damn, really 30 years. And then, like, I haven't watched the documentary on it, but to hear that it almost was an entirely different movie where Goofy was going to
yes,
be normal, was not even going to have the Goofy voice. He was going to have the guy's normal voice. And
it
the,
was supposed to be like an origin movie for Goofy.
yes, oh my God. I'm like, I'm so glad y'all
I'm so
showed them.
glad y'all did a switch up here
Yeah,
because
I'm glad they went, hey, okay, fine, we'll give you what you're asking for, but we're telling you it's going to be shit. But fine, look, here, look, look,
it's
look.
it's gonna flop. It's gonna flop.
And then that
But
guy went, "Oh yeah,
whatever.
that's bad. That's bad." Oh
Like
my
that.
God.
So I seen a little bit of it. And the part I stopped at was when they were talking about like how old Disney was when it came to their movies, where if it wasn't a Disney princess, they didn't have any faith in your movie whatsoever. And looking back on it, that's more, it's echoing more true than it is not, because Goofy movie, Treasure Planet, Lilo and Stitch, all these other movies that came out around this time, Atlantis, the Lost City of Atlantis, that one,
Lion King.
literally,
They didn't actually put any faith in Lion King.
none of them care. They didn't care about it because it wasn't their princesses. And then it only took for those movies like Lion King and Lilo and Stitch to break the box off, and a Goofy movie, because I think that also did well in the box
I
office.
think it did.
But it took those movies like breaking their mold, because it started with Lion King and Goofy movie, and then they didn't. They kind of believed in it, kind of didn't, and then they went to Lilo and Stitch, and just like, okay, people really don't care if it's a princess or not. They just want to see something well animated and made good. And I would say Toy Story a little bit, but that was more on Pixar side of things than it was on the Disney side of things, because Pixar was really pushing the limit on 3D animation at the time.
Oh yeah.
And Disney is just like, this shit's gonna fucking flop. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing but wasting our money, but go ahead. And then Toy Story was a big hit, and it's just like, huh, who's gonna flop? Right Disney? And Pixar's just sitting there flexing their guns, because the thing that they started is now arguably revolutionized the industry of animation in its entirety, because you don't just need something flat on a sheet of paper. You can do it digital and no one will give a fuck as long as it's done right.
Yeah. Damn.
Bless you.
Oh, now, and then in the Goofy movie, they were taking this super iconic old school character and giving him a movie that really stands up on its own. I know they make the jokes of like Mickey and Donald are in the movie. Max makes a joke like, "Oh, you're gonna go hang out with Donald Duck." Like, there's these little tidbits and these callbacks to the fact that Goofy's been around since like the fucking 40s.
Yeah.
For a while, and
Give or take.
I loved it, but they were like, "No, we're gonna make this. It's his own story. Like, we're gonna give him a life that's not directly tied to Disney."
Goofy.
But like, I love the joke. I like when they're in the car. He's like, "Thinking of a man," and then they're like, "Oh, Walt Disney," and I'm like it's
Really?
very self aware at the same time of being its own shit, and
Yeah.
and it's a really good coming of age story too, with the father, his son's growing up, becoming his own person as a young kid. I got where Max was coming from, but I also was like, I get where Goofy's coming from. Like, as a kid, I saw him, I'm like, you just want to be with your son, but you got to give your son space. And this movie,
Like, I think every year I've watched it, I've more have been like, because when I first started watching it, I was kind of on Mac's side for a lot of the time. It was just like, he's just going to be his own person. As I grew up, I was like, okay, maybe Goofy has a point here. Like, I get where Goofy's coming from. And then as a full-fledged adult, it's just like, okay, both sides have their own arguments. He doesn't want to watch his son grow up too fast. He just wants to enjoy the time he has with his son. And Max also wants to be his own person and be an individual. They make it all harkens the same echo here.
Yeah.
And I think I know a lot of people talk about the sequel as much, but I think Goofy's Extreme movie
It's
does a
not bad.
really good job of continuing that same notion of his dad, again, just wants to spend time with his son now that he's at college and he's away. And his son, I mean, let's be honest, who isn't still somewhat embarrassed by their parents at any point in their lives today?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you parents will embarrass you. That's it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's almost comes with the territory of being a parent is you have to go out of your way to embarrass your kid at one point in front of his friends.
Oh, you have to. It's a rite of passage as a parent too, in some
Yeah.
form of way. Some form of way. Now, whether or not your kid rolls with that embarrassment, I don't know. I said I picked up my kid for weeks blasting the Pokemon theme songs. She don't give no fucks. She gets in singing them. I don't know if I could embarrass her, but she's gonna be a teenager in a few years, so that's probably where the embarrassment's gonna come.
Now you're gonna feel the embarrassment.
Hey,
She's
hey,
gonna talk to you about it. It's like
and
that. You gotta tone this shit the fuck down.
yeah, and you know it's funny that this movie is. I mean, it really is. It's loved by of
A lot of people.
a lot of people, but you know the POC communities love it probably more than the white people. I don't know why. This movie's fucking great. If you hate,
I don't get it.
if you hate
There was
this movie,
no race ever shown.
no,
They're all animals.
they're all animals. But if you had
The only person we agreed that was black in the entire show was Powerline.
he's the only
Like,
one.
universally agreed, Powerline's the only black dude. And everybody was like, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
No way he's not. No way he's not. Because I saw someone on TikTok that was saying like the Goofy movie is basically like black coded or like Latina coded in some ways. And I'm like, I don't disagree. But even if you had to make a case for it, the only one you can't argue is Powerline. The man is black. That is absolutely clearly
This is a black dude.
man. Like,
This is a black superstar.
but hey, I mean, we all also had our awakenings seeing Roxanne. Which does that make everyone a furry in a way? Because she's a dog.
In some shape, in some form, yeah. Because a lot of kids were just like, wow, that.
And look,
And even as an adult, like, I'm like, can I get a relationship like that? Can I get someone who, like, can I get a girl who looks at me how Roxanne looks at fucking Max?
She did Max dirty a little bit. If you
a
go
little
back,
bit.
I hate her for this, but like just this small moment, it upsets me. Like that part where Max says where he has to go away and he's not gonna be able to go to the party, and she's like, I guess I'll just go with someone else. Bitch, no, you dirty bitch, no, you gonna hit him like that, which forces the lie.
And again, to be fair, she didn't lie, but she didn't go with another guy. She went with her best friend.
That's true. That's true.
So,
but you gonna hit Max like that?
Yeah, I will admit that was a cheap shot.
That's a cheap shot, Roxanne.
But she technically didn't do anything wrong. She just went with her friend. She didn't say that it was a male or female. Yes. She just said her friend.
But let's be fair, we're all guys. If a girl says that to us, we assume.
It's over. It's game over.
Yeah.
We've lost the ballot. We might as well just start looking again.
You either come up with a lie on the spot to save your ass, or you just accept that it's over. I just watched it and I'm like, I can't believe she hit him with that. Like, and you're not wrong. She probably just went with her friend because it was her friend's house. Yeah. So she like I'm just gonna go like, or you know. But I was like, oh, you dirty for that. You dirty for that. But I'm thinking back, I'm like, why am I still in love with this animated dog after 30 years?
I think the love still echoes because everything about the movie, from the storytelling to the actual shenanigans that happen in the movie to even the music from beginning to end. Hell, they even do the callback to the perfect cast at the end of the movie because I think the fishing scene happens just before they get to the concert. Like, I think it's like in the midway point of the movie.
It's the midway point because from that point on is when they start moving.
They really start going downhill with their adventure. Like, shit starts hitting the fan. But it's at that moment where you're just like, dude, they pay so much attention to detail about Goofy as a character, because the voice acting and the voice actor for Goofy still the same guy that it's always been. Like, that's fucking crazy. And then the voice acting for Max, the voice acting for Powerline, the voice acting for all the characters.
Powerline never
in this
talks a
whole-
single minute. He sings the whole time.
Yes.
I love that. They gave him-
Or because they got, is it, I want to say it's David Spade. They got to play his friend with the cheat who always has
that,
the
no, that was that's Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore. That's who it was. Like, even his
Yeah.
acting in both movies, fucking hilarious. Like, the casting, from the storytelling to the music, it was all around good. Like, they just don't make them like they used to.
They don't, man. This movie works because it tells its story. It doesn't just bank on like, well, this is Goofy, this is Pete, this is Mickey. Like, literally, Mickey and Donald are just a drive-by cameo.
Yeah.
It literally just focuses on the character of Goofy and makes a story, a genuine, real story that we just happen to use Goofy for. Like, I love that.
They're not side characters at all. They don't, again, like you said, they only show up in that brief cameo, because I genuinely feel like people would take away from that. If they were in the movie, their takeaway would be, oh, Goofy's leading an adventure with Mickey and Donald.
Yeah.
Not, this is a Goofy movie. It's Goofy with a side of Mickey and a side of Donald, not his own thing.
Yeah.
It's like, this is unequivocally Goofy for the 93-minute runtime that it domains.
I might be wrong on this. I think he's really the only character that's had a genuine, real feature-length movie like this. Like, I don't think Mickey or Donald or any of them have really had this kind of movie.
No, not one based on them, primarily just them,
Like,
and no other like weird shenanigans I can think of.
no, because I know they star in like,
I mean, outside of Steamboat Willie, but that's a stretch, because
yeah, no, I mean, like, because if you take the whole premise behind this movie and you just remove the Disney characters from it and put any other character in it, you can still have the same movie. And
Yeah.
it's not hinged that it's a Goofy. It just makes it better that it's a Goofy story.
yeah,
Like, you can make Pete any kind of character, even like, you can make this a live action and
Hell,
don't change anything, just make them real people, and boom, you got it. May have to adjust the Bigfoot thing for the most part and some of the other weird shenanigans, but outside of like the weird animation shenanigans, you can have the same story with real people, and I think that's what makes
like,
it
hell, you
stand
can
out
make
for
this
so
story
much
with
people.
Goku and Gohan, and it still would work.
I intentionally said that without intentionally fucking stand out over there.
No, you're good.
Don't like, this movie stands so well because they went, let's make a real, honest, God, true blue movie. Let's just put Goofy there.
And let's actually touch on things that people deal with in their lives, like not wanting to be around their fathers all the time,
Yeah.
not wanting to lose your kid to the grander scheme of life, like actually wanting to be there for your child, God forbid.
Yeah. Afraid that your kid's gonna grow up and leave you. That scene where, Max is like, I have my own life, and he was like, I just wanted to be a part of it. I'm like, oh God.
Oh God.
As a parent, I feel that so much more now.
Like, that shit stung to me, and I don't even have kids. It's just like, oh, you just wanted to be there.
You just
Oh,
want to be
God.
there. This movie.
Oh,
This movie is so great. If none of you have watched it, this movie is such a good movie. It's great on the animation all the way through.
on Disney Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. It's on Disney Plus. You could download it,
Pirate it illegally, do
whatever.
whatever. Watch that movie, because it is objectively not even. I don't care if you don't like Disney. You can take the Disney connotation off of it, and it still hits the home in any way
It is
you can think of.
Still a good movie.
Because if you're gonna sit here and look at me with a straight face and tell me at one point in your life you didn't wish your parents would just leave you alone while simultaneously you didn't feel like they wanted to just be a part of your life and you're just being an asshole about it, then you're not comprehending the movie. And
Yeah.
that's all that's
like I said,
something more I
you can
say
take the
about
whole movie and replace it with real people, other cartoon characters. It's still a fantastic movie. Even if you, like I say, even if you hate Disney, you can remove the Disney aspect of it because it's only like this. It's
it's only Disney logo because there's so many Disney characters.
yeah. There's a one reference to Walt Disney. Like I said, Mickey and Donald are drive-by scene characters. You don't even really see them. It doesn't even really focus on the fact that it's a Disney movie. It is no, it's just it's a movie that happens to have a Disney related character in it.
Yep.
Like this is a truly amazing movie, and everyone should watch this. With black, white, red, yellow, purple, green, whatever fuck. Go watch this fucking movie, and you'll see why everyone still says Powerline is probably one of the greatest fictional artists ever.
Yes.
I want more Tevin Campbell. Come on, make another soundtrack, man.
They did him so dirty by not giving him like, and it makes it, what makes me mad about it is that they had Tevin Campbell and they didn't proceed to make his own music, but within just 10 years time, Miley Cyrus, fucking Demi Lovato, fucking Selena Gomez, all these women artists that Disney had in their pockets, and you're telling me we couldn't get a Tevin Campbell solo album of anything that he done ever at all?
He didn't
really?
He didn't even get it after Disney.
No. But we were able to shoot Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Demi Lovato up to the fucking skyrocket for what?
Tevin got screwed.
He got the shortest end of the stick.
You can go listen to Stand Out and I they are fantastic songs.
Yeah.
You put them on any I promise you most people have those songs on a playlist somewhere. Workout playlist, listenings playlist, road trip. Those two songs, because it's only the two songs from the Goofy movie. I really hope he made something else, but that's the only ones I know from him for sure. They're on people's playlists. They are
110%.
100% great fictional songs that work everywhere. And for anyone that keeps saying Goofy's a fucking cow, what? First off, Goofy can't be a cow. He's a dude, so he can't be a fucking cow. So for those of you that say he's a bull, what? I'm pretty sure Disney made a bull character that walks upright with fucking Mabel.
They did.
It ain't Goofy. And Goofy's name used to be Dippity Dog. Spelled D-O-G-G. I learned that from the documentary.
He's a cow, bro.
He's a dog. He's a dog. D-O-G-G.
He's a cow with dog ears.
He's a cow with dog ears that never grows horns, and
that's all it is.
What the fuck? Dude, his name was Dippity Dog with the D-A-W-G. That is some straight dog.
Yep.
Y'all just, well, we can't have an anthropomorphic dog and a dog.
Nope.
Y'all know Pluto started with Mickey first, right? Like, that's...
Yep.
Fucking Jesus Christ. He's fucking weird. He's a cow. Goofy's not a cow. He's a dog. If you watch the movies, especially the second one, extremely Goofy movie, you see that Goofy's got mad skills. The man,
he's got an unnecessary amount of riz for being so stupid.
So goofy, pun intended. The man's got
he pulls a fucking professor from a college. From a college, people. You don't have to be smart to get the girl. You just have to be stupid enough, or their level is stupid enough to be like, you know what? That guy knows what's up.
Well, Goofy lacks in intelligence. He's not even dumb. He's just like unnecessarily klutzy and goofy. The man makes up for it in solid charisma. He wooed that woman something good. Rizzed her up. Like, Jesus, Goofy's got game. He's got more game than anyone else. He's the only one with a kid.
Goofy the Rizzler dog.
Oh, and Pete. Goofy and Pete, I think, are the only ones that have actual kids. Donald only has his nephews. He don't have
Donald has
kids.
nephews. He doesn't even have kids.
Mickey ain't got no kids. So if y'all Goofy the man.
And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but Mickey has Minnie. Still never doesn't have
Go watch
kids,
a
though.
extremely Goofy movie. Goofy's got that woman.
Yes.
If you were awakened by Roxanne, there were probably some people that got reawakened or wakened up with the professor in the extremely Goofy movie. Damn.
Yep.
They made her hot on purpose.
They just don't animate characters like they used
Oh
to.
my god, no. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of animate and
Anime.
trying to make them like they used to. Oh no, just animate, because Tortaro is showing images of not only the new Dragon Ball power level, air quote, but he's also showing Goten and Trunks with a superhero working together.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck god, where do we start on that? I guess
I say we start with Goten and Trunks,
yes.
because me, as a fan of the fusions, my favorite Dragon Ball fusion is Gogeta. His is Vegito. But the reason as to why the fusions became my favorite was Goten and Trunks initially. Because at first, up until that point, the only time we got to see what the fusions were like was the movie, and we only got to see it for the last 15 minutes of the movie. So we really didn't get that much of it. And the other time we did get enough of it was in GT, which, again, still great, still hilarious, just wasn't enough. However, Goten and Trunks fusing are arguably some of the greatest yet most missed potential in Dragon Ball ever. Because they've already come out and said that when they fuse, their teamwork and their abilities are like tripled. They managed to get to Super Saiyan 3 in what, like
couple hours.
1 day in the chamber?
Yeah.
Hours even?
Yeah.
Like, these two children are special in more than one way. Trunks is the first son of Vegeta, and Goten's is the second son of Goku. They're both half Saiyans. That, like, I know someone's gonna pull some weird math and like, they're actually 1/16 of us. No, they're half, because Chi-Chi is still human and Goku's still fucking Saiyan. There's no splitting up there.
It's like they try to play
Pan.
Yeah,
That's
Pan.
like that.
Pan's a fourth.
Pan's a fourth. Goten's is still half. And again, with him being the third, or not third, well, up in that point, yeah, the third child in all of this, because he's, at that point, he was the youngest. He got to Super Saiyan as a toddler. Gohan didn't hit that level until after they came back from Namek.
Nope, he was about 9.5, 10 years old before Gohan had Super Saiyan.
Goten hit Super Saiyan as a toddler.
Well, if you look at the math behind it, him and Trunks went Super Saiyan about around the same time, and it was not too long before the Buu Saga officially started. So Trunks is 8 when Buu starts, because it's 7 years after. So Goten's like probably 6. Goten was probably 6.5 to 7 when he transformed for the first time.
Yeah,
like still pretty young.
Dealing with some extraordinary kids, and now Tortaro has done the thing that I wish Akira Toriyama would have done, but he's finally showed them as fucking teenagers. Jesus Christ, the monumental implications of them just being teenagers is way, like, we're skipping into potential godhood already, because they have been training to fight the longest time out of anyone in Dragon Ball up until this point. Because before this, it was Gohan. Gohan had the most potential because he's done the most training since birth. Now, well, I mean, I'd argue that Pan is getting up there in her training, because Pan, after school every day, if we've seen in Superhero, she goes and trains with Piccolo, which we've all agreed is now certified grandpa for Pan, basically. Even though
Oh,
she has a grandpa.
that's big uncle grandpa.
That's big, yeah. Like Uncle Piccolo is training Pan. So, and we know that Goten got trained by
And we know she
his
eventually
brother.
she starts training with Goku because of how the last 3 episodes of the
Yeah.
original. Yeah,
So like the implications that Goten, like, he's gonna focus on their story means it does leaps and bounds for me, because personally I think they can become they're going to hit a level beyond what they are now. When they're adults, they will be light years ahead of where their dads are. And there's no type of power scaling or anything you can do to tell me that I'm wrong, because Goku and Vegeta have not trained like this since birth. These kids are were trained at birth to be fighters because they saw their dads go Super Saiyan. And it was like, oh, we want to hit that. Okay, well, you got to fucking train. They get Super Saiyan. Vegeta. Oh, great. It's a Super Saiyan bargain sale. Because now everyone's fucking got it.
And I know people complain, like, I agree, people were complaining that they were too small for the longest time, whereas like Gohan didn't feel like that. I think it's, even though it's never specifically used in the manga in any way, but like we saw that Goku maintained a youthful appearance basically until he was 17 probably, because we don't get to see all those years when he's with Kami. We just know he starts off short and squatty and chubby to tall and lanky. Yeah, and it's kind of like how Goten and Trunks were, but I think if you look at it from the Saiyan, like their half Saiyan's perspective, like Gohan went through more shit and more craziness from his 4-year-old, because he still looked like an actual 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Before the shit with Raditz and Piccolo, but basically from like Raditz through Cell, Gohan's been thrust into bullshit. So his Saiyan DNA is like, we've got to adjust for this. We've got to grow faster. Kind of like how Piccolo went from that little meh to a big 7-foot tall motherfucker in 3 years. Yeah. His genes was like, we have to. Whereas Goten and Trunks, during those 7 years, yeah, they trained, but they weren't in a necessary.
They weren't in life or death situations every other weekend.
Their human body and their DNA, the human DNA and the Saiyan DNA were like, no, we can age at a normal-ish rate. So that's why they looked like more like Goku through their.
Let's also not forget that it was a 4 to 5 year jump between the Buu saga and the Cell saga. Like, Goku was gone for quite some time because he basically left Chi-Chi pregnant at the end of Cell saga. Everyone knows, or like we all know, that she was pregnant once he died. So that means up until that point, until we see them again, which again is about 4 to 5 years.
7.
7. 7?
7.
7 years. 7 years went by. So Gohan went from being 10 years old, which, by the way, I mean, not 10, 11, because he still was not that tall. He was still just moderately kind of tall. Still wasn't as tall, or taller than Krillin, basically. Like, the only time he got taller than Krillin is when he went Super Saiyan 2 and his hair spiked up above him. That was about it.
Yeah, he still had a normal-ish 9-year-old-ish height.
He was still short. And then we jump ahead. Boom. Teenager, super fucking tall, 18-year-old Gohan here. Because, practically a fucking adult at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we never see that in-between transition of when they get their height. And because we don't know what age the growth spurt technically hits. We all assume roughly that it's 17 to 18 based on what we've seen from both Gohan and his dad and Goku. So we're finally getting, which I'm going to say it's like an intermediate, because they're not, I don't think Totaro's drawing them at 17 and 18 right now. I think he's drawing them at maybe 15, 16, like right before they hit it.
Well, given where they're supposed to be at with like the superhero movie and the Clean God stuff, superhero is, I think they said, about a year before the end of Z. So that's 9 years after Buu. So Trunks was 8 at the end of Boo, so he'd be about 17 during the superhero stuff, and Goten's about a year younger, so 16. So it's that 16, 15, 16, 17 age range.
Yeah.
And it seems about pretty consistent because Goku grew after he turned 15. Like, the 22nd tournament and the Demon King Piccolo stuff all took place when he was 15, and then we don't see him really again until he's 18. So that growth from 15 to 18 is when that happened. We don't see Gohan, but assuming during peacetime his body probably didn't do anything crazy outside the typical human growth, probably 15 to 16 is when that growth really hit him. Not all of us get really fucking tall at 13. I didn't. I didn't really start growing in height until like 15, 16.
I didn't hit my growth spurt till junior year, so yeah, about 15, 16.
So like it made sense with his dad, it makes sense with Gohan, Goten. They didn't really,
like, biologically it's making a lot of sense. And again,
I get
from
it.
what we've seen now, I wish they would have showed like actual Gotenks and not fat Gotenks.
We'll get it. I think we'll get it at some point.
But
I think we'll get it.
Again, once again, the chubby versions are always I wouldn't say the best, but they're the more
They're funny.
durable ones. They're funny. And again, he was doing a lot to sell Max. Like, he was doing good damage to sell Max, and that's not even their best version of it.
No. And the funny thing is, the people are like, I don't want to see this stuff with Goten and Trunks. But then y'all complain when they don't use Goten and Trunks.
It's just like, I'm sorry, we're not going to show any more of the humans that don't get any stronger because they're already at their max strength. Like, what do you want Tien to do? You want Tien to get some alien DNA infusion or some shit? He's not getting any stronger. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yamcha is just a throwaway joke now.
If any one of them are going to do it, it would be Tien because of the weird alien DNA they gave him. But also because Tien's supposed to kind of be that stand-in for Erlong Shang.
Yeah.
Erlong Shang.
Erlong Shang.
Damn, I fucked his name up. From the Wukong series, Three Eyes. He's that counterpart for Go. So if any of them would do it, it would be Tien, which I'd love to see it. I love Tien. Tien's so fucking cool.
To sit here and to be upset that they're working on the kids and they're doing nothing with, I don't see them doing anything with Yamcha. What is Yamcha gonna gain from anything?
Yeah, what do y'all want from Yamcha? Like, Yamcha pretty much plateaued around the damn Saiyan saga, and then dedicated to being like, I'll just be a normal dude using his obscene strength to play baseball and stuff. And I get it, you guys want to be more involved with the fight, but like, realistically, without them writing in some crazy way for the humans to jump this threshold,
it's not happening.
It's just not happening. Like, yeah, I'd love to see them more involved like they used to be, but it's just like, logically, how do you make them go from Cell Saga level, so like multiplanetary to solar system level, to universal level strength, like punching evaporating planets? Like, it's not like, how do you do that without, like, you can maybe take them down the Jiren route, sure, but the only one that would logically probably pull that off would be Tien, because he's the only one that can really focus. Like, there's no real way. Like,
the other option is turn them into androids, but at the same time, then that ruins their characters because now they're part robot, and you're just like, well, this is bullshit.
Like, you could probably write in somewhere that somehow within the story, a divine creature gives Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin a divine boost that gives them a new tier level that they can reach to. Maybe even they wish it was Shenron. I wouldn't be mad. Like, I know they get mad that they use it with Piccolo, but Piccolo makes sense. And then Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin have been a part of the series since the beginning. Yamcha's been around since the first arc. Krillin showed up in the very next arc before the 21st. Tien shows up during the 22nd arc. Like, they've been around since the 80s. You know what? Making Shenron give them a boost. Like, hey, can you give them a potential awakening? Give them a divine boost, something to make them like make them stronger than the Buu Saga era. Sure, like, I wouldn't be against it, but like, without them kind of going the Jiren route, how would you make the humans really relevant at this point?
And not to
So
mention,
we have Trunks, Goten, Pan, Bulla, Bra, whichever you want to call it. I don't really care. They're the obviously where they have to focus on if you want them to pull away from Goku and Vegeta. But if you pull away from Goku and Vegeta, I think you have to pull away from Gohan and Piccolo, because those four are kind of they were like the tie-in characters. So
that's like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. So if you pull away from Goku and Vegeta being the focal point, you kind of have to pull away from Gohan and Piccolo, because they've been a part of the story just as long as those two. So
yeah,
if you want to focus on Goten and Trunks, you kind of have to focus on Goten, Trunks, Pan, Bala, Bra, and then let the other ones.
Unless you do it like how they did in GT, where Piccolo just doesn't fight anymore. And unless he's really, 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 really needed.
Yeah. And I just don't see that. See, just GT made a decision with his characters that don't work. So it's like you guys either have to go, okay, give us Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Broly, or you have Broly become that stand-in connection between the two generations, and you have Broly, Goten, Trunks, Pan, and Bulla. Like, you can't.
And again, we've already gotten like inclinations in Dragon Ball media that Trunks has some type of legendary Super Saiyan mannerism, like in his forethought. Like, there's even that one movie where they're literally fighting together, and Broly, the old version of Broly, is just like, your power feels familiar to me. I just can't put my finger. Like, he's even hinting at that Trunks could be another legendary Super Saiyan.
Trunks also has the royal blood. Like,
yeah,
Vegeta is born with a higher power level. King Vegeta had a higher power level than most of them. So like the royal lineage has this boost in their blood anyway. So Trunks already has this boost in power just because of his lineage.
Just because of his blood, his DNA.
So it's like, what do you guys want? Do you guys want them to focus on Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and Broly, or do you want them to focus on the kids? I mean, Goten and Trunks kind of like to play around, so I don't really see them becoming the protectors the way their dads are. So I don't really see them doing that. But Pan's a lot more like her grandpa, and I can see Bulla, Bra, whatever, being a lot like her daddy. I didn't like the GT version, but I can see them in a weird way. It would be.
Oh, they would be
good storytelling. What is it?
I think,
as George, it rhymes.
I think Pan and Bra would be amazing rival counterparts to each other.
Yes, but not in the way that Goku and Vegeta are. Like, they like each other more, but they're great rival characters.
I feel like they'd have more beef. Like, they'd pick over stupid shit, just like, you wore the same outfit I did to this battle, like, type shit like that. Because again, I think that they would probably fuse together and kick. Like, I guarantee you they will end up showing a scene of Trunks and Goten showing those two fools how to fuse, and then we're really screwed, because if they can fuse, they're gonna kick some serious ass.
And also, I think it works from a good rhyming storytelling perspective. If the sons of Goku and Vegeta just don't have that drive, they enjoy fighting, but they enjoy doing a bunch of other shit. But their daughters and granddaughters
have their mother's fucking
have their mother's drive of just being these over the top, up in your face, I don't take shit from no one, but also have that same love for fighting the way their dad and grandpa do.
Yep.
Like, they're like the perfect combination. And it'd be so crazy to see Dragon Ball go from basically a story that focused on the guys and end up focusing the future Dragon Ball becomes the daughter of the prince and the granddaughter of the Earth's hero, and they're the protectors. I mean, people are probably gonna hate it, but I'd read the shit out of that.
Yeah, they also have the potential to do where I think Boruto failed with the entrance of the younger kids, because we've already gotten a taste of what they can do, but again, they've been in Dragon Ball the whole time. If they were to like how was the way I was putting it the other day, like, if they were to do this whole first season of the new Super and it's just Goten and Trunks and their teenage adventures, I wouldn't care. because I'd get more about them because I know the overarching story is still their fathers. So this would be more like a not a spin-off, but filler in a way, because you're filling in the gaps of the other characters. So if you only showed me Gotenks, Trunks, Bulla, and Pan just playing, like doing what they do together on their escapades for the gaps that are filled in between superhero, I'm fine with that. Because A, when Goten and Trunks work together, it's always something special. And B, they've already shown them with another superhero that isn't the Great Saiyaman.
Mhm.
So they're already hinting at the fact that they're going to be doing superhero work without the Great Saiyaman involved.
Yeah. And then you can do the Black Frieza stuff. Finally, go past the end of the tournament with Oob, which is another thing. Oob, you kind of get to tie in the way those stories started. Oob is the Earthling. You know, the Earthlings were really important in the beginning of the story. So then you move forward in the future of Dragon Ball. You have the Earthling, and then
with
you have
Majin
powers, and then you have the granddaughter of Goku, and the daughter of Vegeta being the focal point protectors, and you can just make the story of like Goku and Vegeta become more mentors. Gohan becomes a mentor with Pan and Piccolo. Bulla is like, oh my god, this is cool. Like you could say
you can have Piccolo resume his Grand Kami title and go back to being what Kami was for the Earth again. Like you can go full circle with that shit again and still have Dende learn from Piccolo still, because again, he's still a fucking Namekian.
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff that Piccolo can teach Dende that he remembers from Kami.
Yeah.
Maybe not like hardcore, but he could teach something. And then like imagine Bulla, since we didn't get to see present Trunks train with Gohan, imagine Bulla training with Pan, and like she gets training from Vegeta. Pan and Bulla get training from Vegeta. And they get training from Piccolo. They get training from Gohan. They get training from Goku. Like all of these guys become their mentors.
Yeah, the bones are there.
It's all there, and I know some people be like, I don't want to see no damn girls. I think it's a great catalyst because Gohan, Goten, and Trunks just don't care about the world of fighting the way their dads do. But Pan fucking loves it. She loves it. She's mini Goku.
I think it's another great catalyst too, because it then flips the script on how, because Universe 6 is the opposite. The female Saiyans are their focal point, their strong suits. Their strongest Saiyans are two female Saiyans. It will just then retrospect the Earth, like the universes again, to where it's like, okay, now we can have some other Saiyans from Universe 6 rise up, like some other male ones, or hell, Kabla can finally get off his ass and do some serious work, maybe. I don't know.
And Pan and Bulla should have insane potential because Gohan proves that the hybrids make insane potentials.
Pan should have the highest potential.
If they're doing it the way they do in it, weirdly.
She's literally set up to be the next Goku in every way, shape, and form, and it's fucking hilarious.
What people try to put Caulifla as, that's what Pan has always been set up as.
Yes.
So I think the future should move forward. We should have Oob, Pan, and Bulla being the heads of Dragon Ball.
Just like with how the new power scalings are. Like, stop trying to say that Piccolo isn't universal yet. He's literally gotten wish dragon granting magic flowing in him now that he can call upon like that. It's not like how Super Saiyan 4 is in Daima, where we don't know how that power originates. Piccolo can call upon this shit whenever he really, really, really gets fucked over. It will it will manifest in him without him trying. That's how strong it is.
My thing about, I know they've got basically two different translations for what Toritaro said. One said that he's put him up there because they're just the 5 strongest aside from Frieza. Okay, that makes sense. No shit. And then there was another one saying like he put them all there because they're like equal. I don't know, and the only person I would trust with the translation hasn't commented on it, so it drives me fucking nuts. My thing with it is people trying to put, and the story kind of does this too, but I feel like putting Beast and Orange on the same level, not in the same tier, but on the literal same level as UI and UE, kind of brings down UI and UE.
Yeah.
Because these are both states of beings that the highest creatures in the universe of Dragon Ball struggle to attain. And you're trying to tell me that the two mortals that are still not even mastered at it, but have been working their ass off with it, can be passed up by this random power level that's not been properly explained for Gohan and potential unleashed Piccolo? Like, I'm just like, come on! It just makes
Like,
UI and UE feel belittled if you say they're all the same level, not the same
the
tier,
way how
same level.
yeah, the way I see it is they're all in that same tier of being universal or whatever the power scaling is at that until this point. But my ranking for it is it's always been Goku and Vegeta are like your S plus. All right, they're S plus because hard work, energy, effort. It's God destruction and angel magic, strongest that can get.
Yeah.
Pedestal number 2 is Gohan and Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Like, I don't think Beast is that strong. Like, it's strong, don't get me wrong, but I don't think against the fully mastered UI or fully mastered UE, I don't think it competes. I think it's like, I see him as he's on the tier of where the Supreme Kais are. Like, he's a Supreme Kai level of boosting there.
I mean, he's definitely stronger than Shin.
Yeah, like, he's because I've always seen the potential unleash thing as a caveat to what like each god represents in the world. Like, you have your God's destruction, then you have your angels, and then you would have the Supreme Kais. Or I think the angels and the God's destruction.
It's a solid like comparison. I like the comparison. Yeah.
Like, because again, he gets that power from the Kais, and then he takes that power, mixes it with his own, and it's like potential unleash, but I went Super Saiyan in it, and
yeah,
it looks, his hair is even white like the Supreme Kais. Like, I mean, come on.
See, and the theory wouldn't even make sense had they not retroactively made potential unleash a transformation.
Yeah,
because in the original, the original anime in the 90s and the manga, it's just all of his power brought forth,
unleashed.
It's not a transformation. But then Super's like, nah, it's technically a transformation. And it's like, well, shit. Now the theory, like, and I wish they'd go with the theory because it's actually a pretty solid. It's a great theory.
It gives it more grounding and more bases. If you're just like, okay, well, if it is a transformation, then it's a transformation that we learn from the Kais.
Because he's doing, because if I swear they should just go with that route, because it makes what he does with his transformation of Super Saiyan and potentially the same as like Goku and Vegeta doing Blue.
Yeah,
it's just two different types of key registers, because obviously Piccolo and Gohan can still sense each other as potential unleashed, so it's not a God key.
No, it's not God key, but it's a different key nonetheless.
Yeah. Someone's gonna say it's demon key. Fuck no! Stop doing that shit.
And then I don't put Piccolo in like S- or an A tier. He's still S tier, but he's just not on that same level as Beast and the Legendary Super Saiyan. I think Piccolo he'd stand his own against Broly, but I don't think he'd win against Broly.
I don't think he'd win against a controlled Broly.
No, I think he'd stand his own. He'd make it hard for Broly to win, but he's not winning that outright. And then if he goes giant form, he gets a key bonus there, but that has his own implication, the caveat. That doesn't make him stronger. It just gives him a boost real quick. So
see, I agree with that. For me, when I read it, I didn't consider them on the same literal line. I consider them within the same tier now.
Yeah.
Like, they're all floating in that fucking triangle, but Goku and Vegeta float towards the top. Gohan and Broly are like in the middle, and Piccolo's closer towards the bottom. Because it really would undervalue UI and UE if you made Broly, Gohan, and Piccolo all the same tier strength. Like, especially like Broly.
We're gonna sit up here and say the Legendary Super Saiyan form itself is stronger than what the gods of destruction can. Yeah. And the only reason why I put Broly on the same tier as Gohan was like, Broly has killed a Kai before. When he blew up South Galaxy, didn't he kill South Kai? Like when he blew up that
Hell,
galaxy?
I don't even know. Half the time that movie doesn't make any sense. I mean,
Okay,
it's a
but
different
like
Broly, but still.
in my eyes, it's just like if that power can allot you to kill an entire galaxy, you're definitely universal. That's for damn sure. But that was it not controlled. Kefla has shown us with a controlled form, you are or not Kefla, I keep Kale. When it's controlled, it's fucking on par with Blue.
Yeah.
Like supremely on par with Blue.
And this was a Broly that in the new Broly, Super Broly, basically shows that his rage and uncontrollable state can rival people pretty easily. So a controlled Broly, yeah,
it's definitely stronger than Blue, but it's not stronger than UI.
nah.
And again, I don't think they're gonna let him Hulk out and rage out like that ever again. Like he's actively training to control his mind.
Like let him Hulk out, but controlled.
Yeah,
Because Hulk, that's the other thing that bothers me. People when they're like Broly's power makes sense. Broly's basically the fucking Hulk.
yeah.
The more Hulk fights and gets madder, the stronger he gets to where he's doing crazy shit. Broly's kind of the same thing. And there's no way people could look at it and go, yeah, Broly Super Saiyan is like Goten's Super Saiyan. They fought. Broly would beat the shit out of Goten.
Broly would kill.
Holy hell. Like, Broly's Super Saiyan. It's not the same level.
I don't want to hear that shit. Well, in the old movies, 3 Super Saiyans held off a fully pissed off legendary Super Saiyan. I call horse shit.
Yeah. That movie also seemed to imply that if Gohan would have went Super Saiyan 2, he would have beat Broly. So
yeah.
This Broly is rivaling God Key level characters.
Which
off of his rage. On his rage. So to me, now definitely the same tier, not the same line. Y'all get mad at us if you want. To me, if you put Gohan's Beast on the same physical, actual power level as UI and UE, it devalues UI and UE, in my opinion.
I would agree because I don't see Beast form even in that little snippet of the scene that we got where Goku fights Gohan in Beast form and he's in UI. Goku was still not giving that shit 110%. He still wasn't trying at all.
And then like a few panels later, he says it was really just to see the form.
He was just gauging him out.
Yeah. Like he even says it wasn't about winning or losing. I just really wanted to see what it was about.
I wanted to see what you had in the codex, dog.
And given how UE deals with Granola, like I'd like to see Beast versus Vegeta at that point just to see, because like Vegeta's whole gimmick is to get powered up through that pride and that rage of taking an ass beating a little bit, but Vegeta's got to learn to activate that shit faster.
He's got to do that shit at the start. That way, he doesn't get fucking
take a couple shots, but then go. Stop waiting until you get the ass whooping and then go.
Stop waiting until you think that Zenkai boost is gonna kick in again, and it's just like, no, dog. The Zenkai boost is like you're trying to multiply it by 1.5. It's not really doing shit.
Hit him before you hit the thumb pose. Like shit.
Hit him before you get the fucking low battery pose where you're holding your arm.
Yeah. Look, guys. That's our opinion on it. I agree with Dan on this. I think easily same tier, different levels in that tier. It devalues the importance of UI, UE.
There's levels to this shit, man.
There's levels to this shit, and that's gonna be the episode. I'm sure the Dragon Ball fans are gonna tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I bet you I know more than you motherfuckers. I promise you, I fucking do.
You don't see that wall of comics right there?
You see that shit?
You don't see that wall.
That's one set of manga. That's super. That's both the Viz Big and the 3-in-1s.
Bookshelf.
Test
this man if you want to. I dare you. I double dare you.
Behind that one, the collector's edition Goku. It's the colored print version of the first 2 sagas.
Go ahead and try him.
Like, come on.
He wakes up every morning wishing a motherfucker would.
A motherfucker would. Damn, I hit
Guaranteed.
the damn thing. But yeah. Tell us what I just keep pressing all kinds of different buttons. Oh my god! But yes, that's gonna be the end of episode 8, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Please let us know. I want you guys to.
Will be down below.
I want you guys to do it. Once I get this on Spotify, I will absolutely link it in the description. And if you're watching us on Spotify, hey, when you have a moment, go ahead, give us a follow, give us a
Not while driving.
Not while driving. Please don't do that, unless you want to. But don't blame us if you wreck or something.
If you get in a wreck, it's not my fault.
No, it's
I'm
not us.
liable.
I am. Disclaimer: we told you to stop and do it. Don't do it beforehand.
Disclaimer: I'm not liable for your shitty decisions.
Yes, I'm not liable for that. But if you do follow us, that would be greatly appreciated, because I will tell us that you enjoy this stuff. We give you real content on these podcasts, not like, I don't know what 5 plus 5 is, but I don't think it's 28,000. Shut the fuck up. I hate those other fucking podcasts so bad.
I will give you my real opinion, and I will go and look up my facts just to make sure what I'm giving you is real.
We are a real nerdy podcast that talks about the real shit of the nerdy culture, and we'd like to thank you all for...
I'm wearing a Destiny 2 jacket,
Zach,
for
I got
fuck's sake.
Bulbasaur on. We'd like to thank you all for stopping by and nerding out with us. And until next time, everybody, see ya.
See ya.